Content is where you will see most of the information that you need. This is where you're going to be working primarily out of in Brightspace for my class. Obviously, you're going to see a Start Here module. That's where you go immediately. Here is the link to this video. You're going to see, you might see this, it might not be there, depending on your class, that might not be relevant. So if you don't see some of these links, that's okay. This is your syllabus. This is where you can click to register your Achieve access code that gives you access to your ebook. And then this will be a live link by the time you get into this class. This will take you to the orientation quiz that you will, actually it'll take you to the module for the orientation videos that then you will take the quiz on, right? You will also see a link to the weekly course calendar. So here is that weekly course schedule or calendar. And this is basically going to show you by week what we're supposed to be doing. I usually do a read or watch, write, and submit kind of breakdown for the online course. So these are the things that you're supposed to read this week. This, the write is anything that you're actually doing and turning in, and then submit is where you might actually submit something. So we might write something one week, but we don't submit it to the next week, right? So there might be, you know, not the same thing that you're writing won't be necessarily submitted the same week. But you will again have detailed information about how to do that, when to do it. Right? Week 2, this is where we're going to see the exemplification essay. By the time you get into the class, there's going to be information populated here. And again, some of these other things won't have content available for you to see at this point. I will make those available as we get closer to those weeks, but you can kind of see the outline of what we're going to be doing this semester. So week 1 is your orientation, as well as discussing the writing process. Week 2, we are writing the exemplification essay. Week 3, we are getting introduced to MLA and doing an assignment to help you practice documentation. Week 4, we will work on Essay 2, which is cause and effect. Week 5, we will continue to work on cause and effect. Week 6, we'll talk about research and prepare for the classification division mini research paper by starting an annotated bibliography, a mini annotated bibliography. Week 7 and week 8 will be the classification division paper and then finals. Now, that might seem a whole lot to get done, and it is. So realize this is an 8-week course, so we're doing 16 weeks worth of work in 8 weeks. So you're not going to have a lot of downtime. You got to get in there early, get started so that you have time to think and process and draft and revise before those things are due. Okay. So again, 1 week for the exemplification essay. That's actually 2 weeks in a regular semester, and that essay is only about 600 to 750 words long. That's roughly 2 to 3 pages. So that's not a really long essay. The essays get longer, and that's why we spend more time in essay 2 and 3. You will also have other things along the way to do that are not written assignments. There are several quizzes and tests that you will take. 2 of the tests, the MLA test and the course objectives test, are worth 100 points. Those are due, you can see, towards the end of the semester. In fact, the course objectives test is our final exam. This one is like 25 questions, or no, actually I'm thinking it's like 34 questions. And this one is maybe 16 questions. Not all the questions are worth the same amount of points. Some are worth 4 points, some are worth 7. So again, they're not horribly long tests. They're all open book, but they do count quite a lot. And then of course you've got a couple of bonus quizzes, as well as then some of the Brightspace orientation work. And then this first one is the course objective survey. This is not really a test. You don't get any points taken off no matter what you do. This is just a way for me to kind of see what do you already know about the course objectives before we even start doing them. So this is the first thing you're going to be assigned to do. And then the course objective test is the same test, but we give it at the end of the semester. It's worth 100 points, and you should easily be able to answer all those questions. So when you look at the course objective survey, one of the answers will always be, I do not know the answer. And I ask that you honestly say, I don't know the answer. If you're not like 75% sure that what you choose is the right answer, you might want to consider that instead of just guessing, because I really want to know, what do you really know? Okay, so again, when you complete that, you're going to get 5 points just for completing it. So it's not something to worry about in terms of whether you understand it or not. Notice May 24th is the date, so that is something that's due this week, as well as the Brightspace orientation and the online student agreement. The only discussion board post that you have will be and it's not listed right now, but it will be part of the orientation of how to, just kind of introducing yourself. So it's pretty standard. But again, it's just a way for you to show that you understand how to use discussion boards. I don't do a lot of discussion boards, especially in an accelerated class, because there's just not a lot of time to go in and grade all of that work. So you might have a couple of discussion boards beyond the first week, but there won't be like something every week. And most of the time the discussion boards are kind of like completion. It's just a chance for you to maybe share with your peers some of your ideas about the different essay assignments and what some of the things you're thinking about writing about, and get some feedback from them. So it's really just, if you do it, you'll get the points. It's really about, did you check off and answer everything that I asked you to answer? And did you write in complete sentences? If you did that, you'll get the points. Okay. So that's pretty much it. The only other thing to look at is grades. This is what it will look like when you see yours. As grades come in, you will see this populated here. I do weight averages. That means all of these, the major writing assignments, are worth 60% of the grade. Homework is worth 20, and assessments are worth 20. So you've got those 200-point exams, but that's only overall worth 20% of your final grade. So again, if you bomb those, it's the impact is going to be limited to just that 20%. Obviously 20% means that you can't make better than a B if you just totally make a 0 on both of those. But again, this is the most important stuff, because all of these things actually show, can you do all of the stuff that I'm looking at here effectively. So the essay writing and the MLA documentation assignment are the most important grades. I try to get back grades in an accelerated class within about a week and a half of you turning in the assignment.